Do you mind, sir?
Yeah.
Mrs.?
You'd be better off speaking with one of we're consultants, and this is the
Hang on,
junior
you're the
doctors.
people. Hang on.
That's the one.
Consultants know what they're on about, though.
No.
That's your lady over there. That's your lady. She is the deputy
But
chair
why are
of the
you here
BMA.
today, madam?
I am here because I am supporting. I have come across from Wales
Right.
because the doctors in England are absolutely not being listened to at all by Westminster, and they need our support. So, as a BMA member, I am here to support the junior doctors in England who are not being listened to. They need pay restoration.
So you don't need any help, but being a consultant, you're quite all right.
Our pay has eroded by just under a third over the last 12 years,
Right.
15 years actually.
Right.
And we have this thing called, we get our pay reduced, but we also have our pension contributions increased.
Right.
And so we get more of our money taken off us to go towards a pension, which is then taxed. So we're getting money taken off us left, right and centre.
Would I be right in understanding now, as a consultant, you wouldn't be tied down to just one avenue of income? You would be consultancy for many different sort of things.
That's not true.
That's not true?
So in the NHS, we are employed to work in the NHS, but we are free to work outside the NHS as well. And so, because as a doctor you are marketable, when the conditions and the pay in the NHS are so poor, then it stands to reason, market forces, when you can earn more money and you can have better pay conditions and your registration isn't at risk because you're not working under such dangerous workplace environment elsewhere, it stands to reason that people protect themselves and look after their families by working outside the NHS.
Right. So fundamentally, as a consultant, though, you can get work outside the NHS for a decent wage.
Which is what we're doing.
Right.
And why do you think you got so many waiting lists and the queues are so bad? There's not enough bums on seats to deliver the
Probably
service
something to do with
anymore.
the coronavirus and locking everything down for 2 years.
The waiting lists were going out of control before that.
Yeah, but I would argue that not seeing anyone for 18 months minimum would detrimentally affect that.
So not seeing anyone isn't true.
No.
No, we mobilised an IT revolution through the COVID pandemic, and so all the clinic appointments that we would have had face to face were done via similar to what we're doing now. But as started off with WhatsApp. Then we had different companies coming in selling us different software for us to use in order to run our clinics. Operations were done we looked like we were in hazmat suits. It was so difficult to operate with all the breathing apparatus and the cumbersome kit and trying to understand your colleagues in theatre through all of this stuff as well. It was really hard work, and you'd come out of those operations a bath of sweat. It was really difficult, and it slows everything down. Instead of just going in, getting scrubbed, getting on with your operation and going straight on to the next, you had to go through a process of trying to keep yourself from getting COVID, which we all got. I got COVID and I still can't smell or breathe or taste properly, and I'm one of the lucky ones. I've had colleagues who have died, and so you had to everything slow down in order to try and get things done as quickly and safely as possible. But you're absolutely right, it was slow. But to say we didn't see anybody is wrong. We did the best we could under the circumstances.
I concede that. To say you didn't see anybody is wrong. Is it fair to say at that time when all that stuff was going on, when you was failing to see as many people as you should rightly see, were there people in hospitals doing TikTok dances? Like members of the NHS staff doing TikTok dances?
I can't. I don't know. I'm not familiar.
See, that's
with that.
That's the thing. That's what all the normal people saw. When everyone was standing and clapping at 7 o'clock on a Thursday evening, all people that watched the internet could see was people on TikTok working for the NHS getting paid to do dances and then crying about not getting money and the rest of it.
So, I understand what you're saying.
And also, not to mention informed consent with the experimental gene therapy that's been rolled out. You know, that wasn't really. As a doctor, I know you're a consultant, but I would suggest as a doctor you take a Hippocratic oath to do no harm, right? But this is the thing. There was no informed consent given when there's people being coerced into getting this gene therapy.
What gene therapy? I'm sorry, you've lost me there.
The jab that they rushed through. Normally it takes 10 to 15 years to make a safe and effective vaccine.
Oh,
yes.
right.
But
yeah.
recently, in the last few years, we had one pushed through in 6 months.
Yeah, no, it's incredible.
It's not.
No, it is. It is.
It's genocide.
No.
It's not. So do you know how many excess deaths there are per week at the moment? Do you know how many excess deaths there are?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think what we need to do is go back to the data and have it fact checked.
Yeah, ONS,
It's,
5,000 a week.
100,000 your members didn't want to.
Well, no, but that doesn't matter because we're talking about something else.
It was that scary, miss. Why did all your lot of NHS staff, 100,000, didn't want to take the jab on the front line of it? We was out
No, but
well,
the-
I'm a doctor. I'm a
You're
doctor.
a doctor,
and
so
I
you
deal
took an
with
oath to do no
facts.
harm.
I-
Did you take an oath to do no harm? Did you take a Hippocratic oath?
I wouldn't talk to these people, they're fascists.
Truly,
sorry.
They're
film
actually
the
fascist.
truth.
I've seen
Film the
them.
truth.
Sorry.
I've seen you guys at... No, I'm not even...
Go on, give me the content, Truly.
How about Masim Mahotram, miss?
I'm sorry. Can I
Informed consent.
Come here.
Go on.
Come here.
Don't touch. Don't touch. I can
No,
hold.
right.
Can you get it framed up?
Come here and have a look at this. And this says.
ONS figures. It says go and check them out. How many excess deaths per week are we at the minute? As it stands in the beginning of March, midway through March, how many excess deaths are there unaccountable on the NHS?